As a busy realtor in Pittsburgh, I'm always around town checking out new businesses, restaurants, and fun things to do. I want to share with you some of my South Hills favorites. I'm Shelley Killinger with the Shelley Killinger Group at RE/MAX CSI, and this is South Hills Saturdays. Hey everyone, happy South Hills Saturdays. So today we're taking a little break from the cold and we're warming up here at Reginald's Coffee, one of my favorite little coffee shops in Bethel Park. And I'm here with Julie Costco, who's the co-owner of Reginald's Coffee. Thank you so much for having us today.
Yeah, thank you for being here. We're excited to have you in the shop.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Thank you.
It might be like the cutest thing I've ever seen, I gotta be honest, but I love it. So tell me a little bit about how you got your start. Take me back.
Yeah.
Why coffee, and how did it turn into what we see today?
Yeah, so it kind of started, my husband and I, we love finding local coffee shops when we go on vacations. It's kind of our favorite thing to do. So that's kind of how it started when we visited these little places. You know, how cool would it be to have one of these of our own one day?
Yes.
So that's kind of how it started, just kind of this pipe dream. And then my husband started roasting coffee at home, which was awesome. So you can kind of do it in the kitchen on a little glorified popcorn maker almost.
No way.
So we started roasting it at home and just giving it out to friends and family, and it was a huge hit. So we all loved it, and we just kind of went from there and started looking for space, and then came across this awesome space, and it kind of all went from there.
And it went from there.
Yeah.
And so you have been here now not quite a year?
Yeah, so we opened in April, so about 6 months or so. It's kind of been in the works for a couple years, but we've actually been open for business about 6 months.
I love it. So the name Reginald's, I think, is so cute. Yeah. Tell me where the inspiration from that came from. I mean, I think I have a clue, like the wallpaper and his dogs and all of that, but tell me a little bit about that.
So it's kind of about, our dog. So Reggie is our dog. Reginald is his formal name. We do have 2 dogs, so shout out to Lulu. But
Lulu. Well, I have to ask, is Lulu jealous because Reginald gets all of the attention?
No, Lulu's cool. She's cool. She's spoiled at home, so yeah.
I love it. So the inspiration came from your pup.
Yeah. So we're dog people, so we wanted to create a place, you know, where people can come out and get their coffee, and then also bring their dog, kind of hang outside. We have some outdoor seating for that. So,
I love it. So this location is pretty spectacular and it's really unique. So tell me a little bit more about where you're located and the history behind it and all of that.
Yeah, so we're in the old schoolhouse, obviously on South Park Road. This is home and I guess home of the Bethel Park Historical Society. So they've owned the building for quite a number of years. They are a nonprofit. It's totally run by volunteers. So they're kind of our landlord in short, but they're really partners for us. So they own the building. They've really done all of the renovations with the exception of this room, which was our kind of contribution. So they run the building, and we're fortunate to have found them and be in this space. And it's the first high school in Bethel Park. So it's really cool. So this is one of the original classrooms that we have some customers come in that say, oh, I had class in this very room. So
that's
it's pretty
so
cool.
Neat. Yeah. Well, and Matt was saying earlier that there are folks that come in that are like 90 years old that had school here.
Yeah, a few different age brackets, but yeah, some 90-year-olds and then some people middle-aged in their 50s have come in and had class in these rooms. So it's really cool. And there's, in the library, they have all the old yearbooks from every year, pretty much back to like the 20s in Bethel Park. So you can come and kind of find a relative. And
neat.
It's kind of neat.
Oh my gosh, nothing else like it in Bethel, that's for sure.
Thank you.
So you're not, I mean, kind of talking about this a little bit further, you're not just your standard run-of-the-mill coffee shop. I mean, you have all of the drinks and everything, but you roast your own coffee, you make your own blends. Yeah. And I hear Matt is kind of like the master behind that, yeah?
He is, yeah. I take zero credit for how delicious the coffee tastes. So he's really the mastermind behind it all.
I love it.
He can get into kind of telling you more about the details in that process.
But well, maybe, I hear he's here, so maybe let's just take a look back and we'll chat with him a little bit.
Yeah,
sounds good?
Yeah.
Hey Matt, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. Julie tells me you are the expert roaster here and you're in charge of all of the coffee roasting, yeah?
Sure, yeah. I don't know if I'd call it an expert, but...
Well, I might, but...
yeah.
So tell me a little bit about, you roast all of your own coffee, you make all of your own blends.
That's right.
Tell me about that process and where you get your coffee and all of that.
Sure. So, I mean, it really starts with sourcing really high quality green coffee that was produced in the most responsible way possible from reputable importers that deal with a lot of that stuff, and then roast it as well as we can and serve it up properly with other equipment here, and yeah.
I love that. And so you not only roast your own coffee, but Julie was telling me you make your own syrups as well for your drinks.
That's right. And Julie's the mastermind behind that.
Is she?
She comes up with the flavors. The current ones that we have are the Sweater Weather and the Duke of Earl Grey, but we'll always have some seasonal syrups. They'll always be in-house, so you won't see a big row of the generic syrups here. So.
I love that. And so talk to me about what's next for Reginald's. You got anything fun and exciting coming up?
Sure. So we're going to expand our hours here coming up pretty soon. We're going to be open during the week time a little bit later. We're also going to start having a little bit of merchandise on the shelves. I've got my hat on.
I love it.
Yeah, and
with Reginald on the top.
With Reggie on the top. Yeah. And then hopefully some t-shirts and some hoodies, maybe some new tea wear you'll see. Just kind of like looking over at our shelves, but you'll see that expand, and we'd love to do that. So, and then beyond that, you never really know. I mean, sky's the limit. Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely. So. Well, thank you guys so much for having us by today. It was such a pleasure getting to know you both and getting to know your business. So, guys, take a look at the links down below. We're going to link up to their website and their social media handles so you can stop by and check out Reginald's all on your own. See you next week, guys.